Hi, Dan here, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at tracking traffic, and this video is going to be in two parts. The first part is going to show you how to track traffic to your website, and then the second part is going to show you how to track traffic to a competitor's website. If you're only actually interested in seeing what your competitors are up to, then go ahead and jump to the timestamp that's shown on screen right now, and that's the part that's going to show you how to do that. The first thing you need to do to see the traffic you're getting to your own website is install Google Analytics on your website. Now, if you haven't already got it on there, you can look up online and there's going to be millions of videos that will show you how to do this. It's really easy to get installed and it'll probably only take you about 15 minutes. You might need to contact your web developer to get him to put it on there for you, but it's really not difficult. Once you get that on there, you're going to have to leave it a few days to get any data, because you won't be able to get data from before you installed the tracking code from Google Analytics. So you'll have to give it a little bit of time and then you'll be able to look at the data afterwards. So I'm going to assume you've installed it, and now what you need to do is you need to go to Acquisition, Overview, and I'm looking at this date range right here, so July the 26th, 2020 to August the 1st, 2020. And as we can see right here at the top, we've got this pie chart that's showing a sort of nice visual breakdown of where we're getting traffic from, and it's got the key here, and we can see that organic traffic is my primary source of traffic to this website. So organic search is Google, it's Bing, it's Yahoo, it's the different search engines that you get traffic through for free when people search different things, and that's what you get when you do SEO. You get a lot of traffic coming through Google for free, and that's why I've got predominantly organic traffic. So that's going to be the same way on most websites, because that is a big way that people get people on their site is going to be from organic search. So it's about trying to, capitalize on those keywords people type in that could lead to sales or conversions, and that's what the organic traffic there is. Then next we've got direct, and direct traffic is basically when somebody types your website into their web browser directly. So they might type in ontopmarketing.agency to get onto my agency's website, and that's where the 27.7 have come from throughout that period. And then next we've got referral, and what referral traffic is basically if there's another website that links to yours, and somebody was to click on that link from that other website, that would be classed as referral traffic. It's been referred from another place to this place, and that's making up 9.5% of my traffic. And then finally we've got social, and that is the different social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, anywhere that you have communities of people, and you can like social media networks where people are talking and you can post links. That's what's going to show up there. Now, just as a quick thing to differentiate, when I say that, if it was a forum, for example, that would come up under referral traffic. For the most part, most forums would be referral instead of social media, even though it's a big group of people. That's just the way it works, because it's actually a website that people can post links on. So as we go down here, we can see the different traffic sources with the actual data, that's the amount of people. So organic search in the last week has brought in 136 users on my website. Users is basically people. So the reason I'm making that clear is because there's a difference between a user and a page view. So you may have 120 users but 170 page views, because there'll be people who view more than one pages, and that's why they're measuring users right here. So as we can see, 136 from organic search, and now organic search for the most part is going to be Google, because Google is by far the most popular search engine in the world right now, especially in the UK and America. So if we go into this one right here, we can actually get a little bit more data on that. So it says keyword is the primary dimension by default, and analytics actually got rid of the keywords from here quite a few years ago, but I'm going to show you how you can get that data as well in a moment. But if we actually change this through to source, we'll see what I was talking about with Google being the most popular. If I set this date range back a little bit more, we can actually see that there will be some traffic from Bing as well, only it's considerably less. It's making up 0.5% of the traffic that's coming throughout that period right there. So that's how you can look at your own traffic, and you can also look at landing page, so you can see which pages have brought in the most traffic out of all of that from Google right there. And then the other thing that's worth mentioning is, so if we have a look on this tool right here, this is called the Google Search Console, and basically what this is going to show you the data that analytics doesn't show you when it comes to these keywords right here. And so when we look at this here, analytics will give you a little bit of data for keywords, but really nothing good. They won't give you back any keywords that are going to be useful. But the other Google property that you have is Google Search Console, and that will give you back data like that. They'll still hide a lot of it because Google don't really want people to know the sort of things that SEOs like myself know, because when we do things, we can, grow businesses, and they want to control it with their ad platform. Basically, they want everyone to be paying for these clicks, and instead of getting them for free. So they'll take a lot of the data out, but they won't take all of it out. So if you sign up for this here, Google Search Console, again, this is really easy to install. And I believe I made a video about this a few months ago, how to install this, because it's so easy. If you go here, click on Open Report, we can look at the performance over a set period of time. I can set this to, the last month. And if we have a look on here, we can actually if we go back to analytics and have a look and find our most popular page in general, behavior, site content, all pages. Throughout this period right here, the most popular page has been this one, Schema FAQ Generator. And what this tool basically does, by the way, is this allows you to get these little FAQs to appear under your listing in Google. And I do this with a lot of my clients. This is a real client account right here that I've done it on. And what it does is it means that their listing was 3 times the size of any of their competitors' listings. And what I actually done is all of these questions that I put in here are actually benefits. So they work similar to what's called a call-out extension in Google Ads. And so these are actually benefits. So free appointments, plus size wedding dresses. This is a thing people are searching for a lot. And on-site parking. Those are 3 things that were call-out extensions from the ads. And, I've put them into the FAQs it was showing right here. This really shot up in the rankings because one of the big things with Google right now is if you're getting a high click-through rate, Google will move your result up higher because it's indicating to Google that your result is suiting the search better than the other results above you if you can get more clicks on your one. So if this was number 5 and it was getting 50% of the clicks and number 1 was getting 20% of the clicks, this would go to number 1 because Google know that the thing that appears at the top gets the most. So this tool is really helpful with that, and that's why this gets a lot of traffic, because a lot of people are trying to do this as well because they can see the sort of results. So I made this tool that allows you to generate the code that gives you that. And basically, so if we grab that there and we go back to the Search Console and then click on this new and then page, we can paste that in, and that's going to bring us back some of the different queries that we've gotten clicks for over the last 28 days. So FAQ generator, FAQ, HTML code generator. So all of these different search terms right here we're getting traffic from. What this allows me to do is, if I was to order these by impressions, for example, I can see, so right here there's a keyword for FAQ tool. Now I might want to target that with this page because there's 397 impressions on that and I haven't had any clicks. So if I saw this as a profitable term for my business, which I don't, so I'm not going to bother, but if it was, as an example, I could, do some on-page SEO and some off-page SEO to actually target that keyword and then get more rankings from that, because I know people are searching for it, and the fact that my page is getting impressions in Google's search for that is a really good indicator that I could rank for it. So that's one of the ways that you can use this tool as well to grow your traffic, just as a quick aside, right there. So that's how you look at your own traffic on your own website. You have to get Google Analytics and Google Search Console installed. One last thing to show on this actually is if I remove this page filter, I can also change to pages, and I can have a look on a page by page basis some of the different things. So if I have a look at this page here, for example, and then go to queries, I can see some of these different clicks that have been coming in. So Cambridge SEO company in Cambridge, SEO agency in Cambridge. So these are all really good clicks for my business. An interesting thing to point out here is that I'm not actually based in Cambridge, but because I know how to build out these location targeted pages, I can get this sort of traffic to my website, even though I'm actually based just outside of Colchester. So that's another thing you can do when you have a look at this. Like, I can see here really clearly, okay, there's good opportunities for me to rank in Cambridge, because I'm getting this traffic coming in, and I'm not even local to there, and Google even knows I'm not local to there, but I can still get traffic there. Now, to look at a competitor's website and figure out what sort of traffic they've got, we're going to have to use a paid tool. And this one right here, Ahrefs, is by far the best one available right now, in my opinion. what you can do with this is you can put the competitor's website address or a specific web page and see all the keywords they're ranking for, all the keywords they're getting traffic for, as well as like their top pages by traffic, and also backlinks, which is a SEO influencing factor. And it's really easy to use. So if I use this company right here as an example, these guys sell, gold coins, silver coins, gold bars, silver bars. So this is obviously the sort of industry where there's a lot of money to be exchanged. It's one that's suited to online marketing. And with these guys, if I grab their URL and I paste it into the Ahrefs Site Explorer like this, and then search, really quickly this is going to bring back that they rank for 92,000 keywords, and they get about 179,000 clicks from Google every single month. And the traffic that they're getting from Google for free is worth about £125,000. So if they were paying just Google ads, if it didn't get the organic traffic, they'd have to spend £125,000 every month to get the amount of traffic they are getting for free, which is really quite mind-blowing when you think about it. But now that we've got this website in here, what we can do is there's a few different things we want to look at. So the first thing is organic keywords. So what keywords are they ranking for? And we can see that by clicking here, and we can see that their number one keyword is this, 585 gold, and they're getting 734 clicks roughly per month onto this page right here for that keyword. And this here looks like some sort of blog post, informational stuff that's going to get people onto the site, which is a good idea. So now straight away, I mean, this took me seconds to find that. We can see that they've got a blog post that explains this stuff here. If we also had a blog post that explains this, and maybe we went into a little bit more depth, and I'm not sure if they've got any links or not. Let's have a quick look what they've got in terms of links on this. Okay, so they don't have backlinks built to it. If we was to build some links and stuff like that, it's got a keyword difficulty of 0, which means that this market is way open, that we could definitely rank for this, because a lot of the keyword difficulties here are very low. Keyword difficulty is basically worked out based on how difficult Ahrefs thinks it would be to rank for that keyword. It's looking at things like backlinks, like how many links a page has got, how many links a domain has got, and that's how it's working out that metric. Now, anytime you see anything below 20, that's a really good sign that, okay, we could probably rank for this. So that right there is a good example of an opportunity you can find straight away. I mean, this here, to be honest, doesn't even really look like they've put that much effort into this. So if we was to spend, a couple of days building out something much better than this, we would almost certainly outrank them for it. And that's that's their main traffic acquisition through Google, is that page right there. The next thing they're getting loads of traffic in on is how to tell if gold is real. So this looks like another blog post. So content marketing would obviously be a great idea for this sort of industry. And this looks like another blog post. Now, one of the things these guys aren't doing that they should be doing is when you've got these sort of things. So if somebody's typing into Google how to tell if gold is real, that's great. We'll get that traffic. It's probably not going to convert into a sale, because they're probably looking, they might be looking to buy some from somewhere else, or cheap, or like on like some sort of dealer or something, or someone they know is selling it. So they're probably not going to go ahead and buy brand new gold from us. But what we can see is that they have an interest in buying gold, and so what we should do is capture them in some sort of funnel. So get them on a mailing list, get them on our social media platforms, and something to get them in the system, to warm them up, so over time then they become familiar with the brand, and then they can go ahead and buy from us when they're ready to buy from a reputable company. And they're not doing that right here. That's not, these guys are obviously doing brilliant, but I'm just saying one of the ways they could do it a little bit better. Now, if we have a look at this again, there's not that much effort gone into this stuff. And so we could easily look at this, learn from this, do more research into all this stuff, find out some more different tests that you could do, get some professional videos done, and we could outrank them for this. And this is bringing them in, 427 clicks per month, every month, and we could probably get, that third position from them, or even maybe rank a little bit higher from that, and get more traffic and actually start capturing these leads in a funnel. So that's another really good keyword right there that we could take from them. How to tell if something is real gold, that's the same one, which is why it ranks the same page. It's the same sort of keyword. Silver price history. So okay, so if we look at this one, so they've got some sort of graph that's showing the price of silver over time. This is cool. This would be a little bit more difficult to recreate. So, but we definitely could outrank this, by the way. We could, if we was able to get access to the same sort of data from some sort of API somewhere. So I've never worked with this industry, so I have no experience with it, but we could outrank this, I'm fairly sure. Then we've got gold price history, which is going to be the exact same thing. Most expensive metal. Okay, this is another great one. So this here may not lead to a direct response sale, but we could definitely get people into some sort of funnel, and definitely, and I say that with full confidence, definitely sell to them over time, without even a shadow of a doubt. Because people that are searching for stuff like this, the most expensive metal, they're looking to invest in metals as a long-term investment. So they're willing to learn from you, so you're an authority, and then you're saying, if you in some way join our mailing list or whatever, we'll give you this, some sort of incentive. We can continue educating them about this thing, but as we educate them, also educate them about our company and how we do business and stuff like that, and that's really how you build a brand. Through SEO, is mix SEO with marketing. Don't just stick with just SEO, mix it with marketing, and get the benefits of the whole picture, if you see what I mean. So if we go down, gold is real again. Is palladium a good investment? That's another great blog post right there. Let's see how good this one is. Okay, they've actually put some products in here, so that's a good idea. I don't think that you're necessarily going to sell them straight away when someone's searching for, is it a good investment? But I would probably have them on there anyway, but just I wouldn't have it so high up. I'd have some sort of opt-in higher up and then have that as a secondary thing. This is a good post if that's a real graph. Oh no, it's a screenshot. It's a screenshot. Okay, so we could easily outdo this as well. I say easily, it would take some work, but I mean it's achievable. It's doable. It's not one of those things where it's like we've got to recreate the wheel to do this. We've got all the information here. We know what people are searching for to get on here, and we can definitely capitalize on that. Silver sovereigns. Okay, here we go. So here's one that's probably got commercial intent. This page right here is ranking for it. They're getting about 90 clicks per month for it. This is okay, so here we go. So this is a blog post, and this is what I often talk about, how content, people are searching Google for information. You give them information and then you sell them something after. That's why content marketing is working really well. So this right here, this page is bringing them in traffic, teaches them a little bit about it, and then you get down the bottom, they've got some calls to action to actually buy these things. This is good. This is a good one. Melting point of gold. So a lot of these terms here are good, but one of the things I also should have pointed out about this this post right here, palladium versus gold investment, is the keyword is palladium a good investment? So if they're ranking number 1 for that, we could definitely make something more targeted to, is palladium a good investment, and then outrank them for it, because it's all about intent. In Google, it's all about intent. If you're meeting the intent of that search and Google sees that you're getting really good user interaction signals, so you're getting a high click-through rate, you're not getting a high bounce rate, people aren't going back to Google afterwards and performing a second search to try and find information, if you give them what they want, and that's why I say if you make it more relevant, you'll definitely be able to rank for this keyword, outrank this page, after doing the investigation and actually figuring out all the information behind it. Gold prices today, 1 ounce silver coins. So here we go. This is probably going to be another content marketing piece. No, I'm wrong. This is actually a e-commerce page, which is interesting. So this is ranking. So this right here, as you can see, you can buy it straight away here. So this would definitely be a keyword worth targeting. 1 ounce silver coins, definitely. You definitely want that. So the other thing that's worth me showing as well is, so earlier on in this process, and I'm trying not to jump around too much, but this is a massive topic, and bear with me with it because there's so much stuff to cover here that I'm trying to but if you was looking at rebuilding a website, this is the sort of thing you want to look at. You want to come into Ahrefs, and then you want to look at these two, so best by links, and also you want to look at top pages. So if we look at top pages first, this is going to be based on traffic. So this is set to United States at the minute. So if we have a look at this right here, this is saying that the home page is their best page. So this obviously isn't a great example. Oh no, because I've got the URL. Sorry, let me change this to domain. So if we look at top pages, we've got right here, you know, these are the pages that are bringing in the most traffic. You know, these ones right here. So their homepage is bringing in this much traffic. That's mainly for this branded keyword of bullion by post. Then there's this gold price. That's the top keyword on that page, bringing in 15,000. Then they've got 9 karat gold price, you know, 7,000. As we go through, so we could see, like, we would definitely want to be having those pages on our websites, right? Sell gold. Now, if you're selling gold, if you're buying gold as a business, then you definitely want to be ranking for this. And this one right here, I mean, let's have a look at the keyword difficulty for this. 32. So it's achievable, but it's not going to be, you know, easy. But it'd be well worth building anyway, because even if we don't rank number 1 for it, maybe we rank number 4 and we still bring in a bunch of leads anyway, right? They've got Bitcoin price, which is interesting. Gold sovereign. So this is probably going to be a product page. Okay, so it's a category page. Okay, great. So, you know, we'd want to build out these pages. And the point I'm really making here is that this is how you figure out your site structure. You look at someone who's doing really well, and then you take what's working for them and then use that as inspiration for yours. Because what you don't want to do is look at a website as big as this and go, oh, you know what, actually I'm going to build out all of these pages, you know, because that's what they're doing and it's working for them. Well, that's great, but that might cost you tens of thousands of pounds to get all these pages built. So how about instead what you do is you focus on the ones that are getting the most for this business, get those ones built, and then as you grow, maybe then you build out afterwards. But if you're trying to rebuild something massive like this, the project's too big and it just won't go very well. So you're better off figuring out what's most important, what's doing the best for these guys, prioritizing that and getting that done first. Now, the last thing that I should show you is the best pages by links. So if we click on that in Ahrefs, we can see right here the pages that they have that are attracting the most backlinks. And why that's important is because that's when you look here and it's got domain rank, that's what's influencing that. And that domain rank will influence your page authority, which will influence how likely you are to rank for these keywords when they've got higher keyword difficulty. So you want to create content that will naturally attract links. It's something I talk about all the time on this channel. And I've got other videos talking about how to do that as well if you check it out my channel. But if we have a look at this, we can see very quickly what are these guys doing to get links to their website. What sort of content are they creating? And number 1 is gold price. So obviously people are going to link to that, because if somebody's talking about the price of gold and someone questions, are you sure that's right, they'll post a link to it. You know, there'll be loads of things like that. And we can actually look in here and see where they're getting links coming through, like where it is. I mean, they've even got a link from the Guardian here, looking at that, from a gold theft, and they've spoken about how much it's worth, which is really quite cool. If you're getting links from newspapers and stuff like that, Google was looking at you as an authoritative source straight away. So that is just brilliant. That's from an image, so image source. That's interesting. I do this as well, by the way. I often use this as a link building strategy. I'll have images and then I'll rank them in Google image search, and then when people want to include that image, they've got to put a link to my client's site. So that's another good thing. So as you can see, loads and loads of links in here. A lot of them seem to be from one of their other businesses. Looks like the American version of the company or something like that. But yeah, bunch of different people linking to this content, because why? It actually provides value and it can back up a point. Anytime you can back up somebody's point with your content, you're going to get backlinks, especially if it's something people are arguing over. So just as an aside, not necessarily that people are arguing over the price of gold, but they might argue over whether or not gold is a good investment. And then someone might say, well, look, it's always held its value throughout crashes or something like that. You know, there might be some sort of thing someone argues, and then they'll link through to that thing. So that's why you create that content, even if it's not necessary that it's going to directly result in a sale. You have that, but then the way you get more out of it is to also have some form of opt-in on the page as well, so you can capture those people when they have interest in that thing. Nobody that's looking at the price of gold has no interest in gold, you know. So that's how you do this stuff. So hopefully this is helpful and given you a bit of an overview. As I say, I know I've jumped around a lot in this video, but there's a lot of stuff to try and cover, because I'm trying to make this video as sort of broad and as possible to cover as many people's different questions they're trying to figure out. So hopefully this was helpful. If it was, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll see you in the next one.